What is up, guys? Welcome back to Beyond the Barrel Bourbon. I'm Eric. That is Phil.
I'm Bill.
And guess what we found? C924. After last year's craze, I'm gonna start opening because it's pretty high proof. After last year's craze over the C923, I'm interested to know if this is gonna be of the same caliber. My initial instincts are no, because it's not aged as long.
Yeah, what is it, 11 months?
This is 11 years.
I mean, 11 years, no months?
No months. 11 years,
129, I think.
Yeah, 129 proof.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's a good one.
C923 last year was
It's
13 years, 7 months.
That's your favorite, man.
It's my favorite barrel proof.
Cool. Me and these healthy pours.
I'll pour my own.
Hey, here you go.
It was 13, 7 months last year, 133 proof.
Mm-hmm.
So this age-wise, proof-wise, is not that.
So it's kind of going back to like their regular.
Well, the B524 was 11 years, 2 months.
Right.
The A124 was 10 years and something months. 10 years, 9 months, maybe.
I think the C921 that I had was a 12-year.
Well, they all used to be 12 year.
Right.
And ever since they started making them all, not saying they're not all going to be 12 year, they started, I feel like, leaning towards younger.
Mm-hmm.
Although the C923, as stated, was 13 years, 7 months.
Yeah.
But every batch this year has been under 12 years. The oldest was 11 years, 2 months. That was B524. Proof's still there, but I don't anticipate
Wasn't the 923 over 130?
133.
That's right.
I stated that already.
I didn't hear you.
You don't even pay attention.
Well, listen. I know I'm looking forward more to the larceny. I just tend to lean towards the weeded profile of Heaven Hill more so.
My father's calling me.
Is he? You wanna answer that?
Nope.
Sorry, Pop. I don't know. I guess I don't really know what to expect with this. You know, I mean, I expect it to be proofy. Like, I mean, they generally are.
I just, what's the MSRP? 75?
Somewhere around that.
My hope is that it's worth 75. That's what it is. That's all my expectations are. As these ages get lower.
I really don't know what the age is on my A122.
I forgot when they stopped doing the 12-year.
I do not like the
age
A122. My A122, it's got a really tannic finish on it I think it's that mint that I get, or I think my cousin calls it mint. Whatever it is, it's something that I get on a lot of Heaven Hill products. Like, so I get it.
These are older, so it could be some tannicness from the oak.
Maybe, but
a little bitter tannicness from the oak.
You know that weird note that I always try to explain, but I can't explain it, that I get from like the McKenna 10 or like certain Heaven. That's what I'm getting a lot out of that A122 batch, and it's just I tried it again after it opened up, and it didn't do it for me.
I'm gonna smell this now. Never mind. Okay, that is probably a little richer than I was anticipating on the nose.
It's definitely got a traditional bourbon nose to it.
There's some brown sugar. There's some
baking spice.
There's some baking spices for sure.
Little bit of vanilla.
There is
maybe it's vanilla and caramel that I'm smelling
I'm
together.
getting a little bit of nuttiness, which I do tend to get on Heaven Hill products.
Right.
It's not the same nuttiness on
Not
the
a-
nose as a beam.
Right.
Um,
You can you know what is hot it is it you can smell it. It's got some heat to it, but it doesn't smell. It's not punching you in the eyeballs, right? Like you know how sometimes you get those really.
it's punching me.
Is it?
Oh yeah, this smells hot.
Smell the top of the glass. Put your nose on the
What does
top.
that mean?
I'm
My
telling-
nose is as opposed to the bottom. What are you
No,
talking about?
stupid. I'm talking about
I'm on the top of the
instead of
glass.
putting your nose down here in the bottom of the glass,
Don't
put
tell me how to nose.
put it in the top.
You don't tell me how to nose.
I tell you everything you need to know.
Oh yeah, I mean, because you're getting that heat from the proof, but you're getting spice added to it. So this is
Yeah, I
punchy to
mean, I'm
me.
definitely encouraged by the nose for sure.
But this, yeah, there's a little bit of that earthy nutty note. I can't quite pin down. It's somewhere in between, maybe like a peanut and an almond. Ooh, all right. Well, the nose smells.
The nose is good. I like the nose for sure. You ready to give this a little?
Sure. All right.
That's nice and pitchy.
That is spicy.
It is. It's very hot.
Yeah, it drinks hot. No,
Not like 140 hot, but
no, gives you a little Kentucky hug there.
it definitely gives you the hook. I like that.
It's got a kick of spice. Get another sip here
doesn't-
because there's some earthiness to this.
That
man.
first sip did not give me that off-putting taste that the 122 gave me.
That is on that sip. I got more nuttiness on it. That Heaven Hill nuttiness. That's like a combination of. I want to. On the B524, I got almond, and so I'll stick with almond, but it's a little more peanutty to me.
I'm getting that on the back end of the palate.
Um,
Man, this finish is long.
the finish is long. It is.
It's warm. Like I mean, this is this is a cold weather pour for sure.
It's a little tannic, I think.
It is.
Tannic, drying.
I mean, that finish is long.
The finish is long, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's full of flavor. On the
It's not.
finish.
No, that's well, and I guess that can come across confusing. Like a long finish doesn't mean a flavorful finish. It just means it lingers. You like I know that I drank a high proof something.
Yeah, there's this very. So like the spice kicks in like right away,
Mm-hmm.
and it dries. Then there's like this little kick of that almond peanut hybrid, some kind of nuttiness, and then maybe a little kick of oak on the finish.
I get more spice kind of like so. I'm getting
That spice is way up front for me.
well, it is, but then it comes. I like it. It kind of floats back right before the nuttiness.
That burningness I'm feeling is just heat
You like
proof.
it? I knew you liked the Kentucky Hug, man.
I like the hug. I would prefer less of that dryness and some more of that richness
Mm-hmm.
to hang around. And it's not really doing that for me.
So, based on what I'm hearing from you, you're not putting this over C923.
No, this isn't close.
I don't think so either.
This isn't close.
It does have a on the finish, and maybe this is what you're talking about, the tannic drying.
The more I
It
drink
kind of
this, the nuttier it gets.
it kind of gets bitter. Like I
Yeah,
get like
well,
I
tannicness
get
is going to be a little
bitterness.
bitterness. When I say tannic, It's generally associated with some bitterness. Um, that I
Kind of like
associate with kind
this.
of the age and the oak.
Yeah,
But I feel like the more I drink it,
it doesn't
the
taste.
less appealing
You
it
you
is.
you can tell it's not old.
It is old.
No, what I mean, like it's not
11
13 years
years.
old, right? You could tell, like you're not getting that barrel finish. That
You're not getting that punch of
right, like the that creme
rich
brulee kind of
flavors.
that.
Honestly, I think B524 is better than
I
this
agree,
by a good bit.
a healthy amount.
Because B524 takes your palate on a little more of a venture.
I don't
Some
know.
roasted almonds, some brown sugar, some caramel.
I know we generally don't do tips on first impressions.
So then why would you want to do it now?
Well, because I think we tipped the 524, and I think the
I
524.
don't remember.
I don't either. But from what I
Gosh.
remember, it was in the what, upper 70s roughly. I don't know that
Man.
I don't know, man. The turn at the back of this is not. Now, the initial palate's fine. The initial palate, when it hits the palate, for me, it's fine.
I mean, right up
It's
front.
when it goes to that nuttiness, I just don't.
I mean, but I always get that nuttiness from Heaven Hill products. But it transitions almost immediately to almost like this. That bitterness is almost like a soapiness.
Well, you know what I was going to say? I was going to say it's almost like a cough syrup. You know
Yeah.
how like when you take like a Robitussin and it kind of just lingers and it just kind of goes sour? Or bitter, not sour, but bitter. That's what this is doing to me. It's
I
like I feel
mean-
like it's like, okay, I'm sipping on this whiskey, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, did I just have this with like minty gum or something? And it's kind of, you know how if you drink orange juice and like after you brush your teeth, it kind of like it does this sour thing on your tongue. That's what this is doing to me on the finish.
Yeah, that's a fairly bitter tannic note. And it doesn't just come in on the back end like you're getting kicked. The issue I'm having with it is like you're getting kicked with that spice right away.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little hint of that Heaven Hill nuttiness. Although I think this is of all the 2024 batches, this is the nuttiest.
Yes.
On the profile.
I can say that.
But when you're getting almost that back-to-back punch of spice followed by the bitter,
Mm-hmm.
you need some of that richness or fruitiness or something to balance that out, and it's not.
It's
and
not
it's just
there.
coming across a little harsh on the palate.
It's like I'm not getting. So what I'm looking for is spice. It's got it.
It does have spice,
I'm-
although unusually spice up
For-
front instead of on the finish.
So I like the spice. Like I've always
Oh,
been a
man,
spice fan.
you're
right?
a turkey guy.
I'm a turkey guy, so I
you
like
like
the spice.
turkeys.
I look for fruit though, and I'll get no fruit on this.
I don't need fruit if I'm getting some more richer notes.
Well, and
but I'm not.
And again, I like that creme brulee finish. That kind of, and I look for oak. I'm not getting oak on this, man. Like I'm like
I get a little oak on the finish.
um.
It's not the oak profile you're chasing, like the Fountain Horse. You're not gonna get.
You're not gonna get that. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is like, well, like Elijah Craig 18, that's oak, but that's also much older.
Elijah Craig.
This does
18. I mean, I know we
This is
rag on
not.
a lot. That's better taste than this.
I agree.
B524 better than this.
I
think.
don't. All right. So listen,
C923 9.
I guess so. So in a
Road.
conclusion for me, okay, and you may agree, I want you to chime in on this. If you're searching for this based on what you experienced with C923, don't. I mean, it's not that. It's just not that. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, you have a problem.
what?
I don't think you have anything to throw.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, at 70, 75, probably, I think it's 75 MSRP.
Usually, no, I think usually you see these on the shelf for like $80, right?
No,
Like
I think the MSRP is $75 or $74.99
Okay.
or something like that. For me, it's not a buy.
I'm with
now
you.
with the extra nuttiness of this one, if you're
If you're a Beam fan,
maybe
you
a
might like
Booker's
it.
fan,
You might like this. So Triple J, you might like
a
this.
Knob Creek fan, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Kinda
If you're a
ba-
Beam, so
kinda-
basically, if you're a Beam fan, you might like this.
This would be more in a
And
beam fans alley.
and that's why I think it's a little bit more off-putting to me because I don't like the nuttiness. It's not as okay. So it's
I
not.
mean,
as,
I'd rather. I'll tell you this. For the most part, I'd rather maybe a Knob Creek barrel strength store pick.
Mhm.
Probably a yellow. I can't say some of the Yellowstones.
Some of yeah,
Some of the
they're all
Yellowstone
over
store
the map.
picks. Bookers for the most part. I mean, if you're chasing that profile, this is for you. I don't really buy Bookers.
I'm not
to be honest.
Yeah,
Or I'll get the Knob 12s and stuff.
I don't like that either.
But
I think I lean more to. Oh, I know I lean more to fruit forward, spice forward, or that type of finish than I do. I just the nuttiness just doesn't do it.
either
for me.
way, if you are chasing that profile, don't go above MSRP.
Do
on
not.
it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's-
pay $80 or more for that. 75 is about the extent I would do. If you're chasing that profile, for me, not even 75 for me. To be
No.
honest with you.
No.
So that's another disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's
though,
not- it's-
to be fair, like we really don't have a lot of disappointments on the show. Like we really don't.
I'd say disappointment, but the problem is
You go in with
we're
expect-
kind of we're chasing ghost of C923.
I mean, you're chasing good. Look, I've always leaned towards the Larceny. You like the C923 a whole lot more than I do, and it was good. We did it in a blind. I think we did it recently in a blind, and it swung. We had it actually. You know what? Todd had it on the last bourbon briefcase, and it beat Russell's 13.
Well, I love the C923.
So and that's just. But again, that I think that extra age on it, it helped it a lot. Right, it brought some of those fruits out. It brought and it expanded the spice across the board instead of just being an initial spice
It's
punch.
more
and
balanced whiskey. That's
Agreed.
all. But B524 is more balanced.
B524 was a way different profile than this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's
it is
better.
a way different
it's
profile
better.
than this.
So in conclusion,
Yeah, it's kind of
don't expect your mind blown.
right.
by-
It's
by
not
this
C9.
batch.
It's not C923, and
It's a good whiskey. It's an 11-year whiskey. It's quality whiskey.
if you want to buy this as a gift for somebody that likes bourbon and likes Elijah
To be
Craig,
fair, the C923 is worth more than $75 to
Agreed.
me.
agree. That's
So
that's
this being lesser at 75, that's fair.
if you're,
11 years.
this could be a great gift for somebody that's an Elijah Craig fan, right? But it's
Yeah,
but again, it depends on how deep into Elijah Craig they get.
I would say this is as far as what I'm searching for. This is closer to the A124 than any
Mm-hmm.
of the 2023 I've had in the.
I don't think you were super impressed with the A124, huh?
No.
I don't. I'm drawing a blank on it. I know we had it. I just don't remember it. But yeah, so far with Elijah Craig, the batch to get is the B batch, the B524.
2024, the B524 is my recommendation.
Exactly.
On batches.
I agree 100%. So, guys, with that, thanks again for tuning in. If you're getting anything out of this, hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Make sure notifications are on. We do tend to surprise some folks with some gift bottles here and there. So,
Way closer than
you're
yesterday.
missing. You're gonna
I
miss.
might miss. This is gonna be way closer.
No, dude, you hit the wall yesterday, and it's like 12 feet away from the camera.
Phil
Phil is out.
out.
Eric's kind of out. Not even close.
That was very close. That was very close. You know it.